This is Jacob with Sutherland Chevrolet. I recorded a video for you yesterday, yesterday evening, and the lighting was real bad because the sun was setting and it just wasn't very good. So I'm here for round two. This is the 2017 Nissan Pathfinder that we've got. I'm just going to kind of walk around it, show you some spots. There are several scratches on it, and I want to point those out to you so that you know what you're getting into. Other than that, it's in great mechanical shape, and it still looks great from further away, but once you get up close, there are some scratches, so I just want you to be aware. So I'm going to kind of run across the body here and let you see those real quick. So here's one. Now this is on the driver's side, you know, the back passenger right there at the wheel well. So I just want to point that out to you. As you go forward, right here on this panel, you've got a place where it's been scratched and it looks like they've kind of painted over it. Again, you can't really notice it from further away. As you get further away, once you get in close, it starts to make a big difference. So there's also a little spot there that's been hit and touched up, some little scratches there. So I don't know if they're just like driving this thing through a bush every day or what was going on, but just some scratching. There's a spot right there on that lamp. As we go across the hood, there's a couple little nicks and scratches that I want you to be aware of as well. And then as we move this way on the hood, it looks like it was attacked by a Wolverine or something. So you've got these three big scratches here. I'm guessing something was actually dragged across the top of the hood. Can't be sure. And then you've got, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see it there pretty good. So I'll keep it at that angle. There's a scratch right there across that bend that they have in the hood. So, and I'll keep walking around it and showing you anything that I've found. Up here on the passenger side, you've got where it looks like something was rubbed across this here. So there's two scratches there and a spot there. You've got some more spots over here. And then it looks like there's some scratching in this window here. So I want to point that out to you too. Not seeing a whole lot over here, which is good. There's a little scratch right there, and back here in the bumper, you got a spot there. I'll get closer to that so you can see a little spot taken out of the paint. And then on this back bumper, there's been some scratching and scraping there too. So I just want to point all that out to you. Otherwise, I'll walk around the car further out and you can see, I mean, it's in great shape, but there's scratches all over it. So we want to be clear and concise. The last thing we want you to do is drive all the way out here and you not be happy with it. So but I've got the keys here, so I can show you a couple things there. So obviously you've got keyless, well, not keyless, but I guess key full access to the car, so you can unlock and lock the car. And then you've got this back hatch. You hold this button down here, and it pops open back there, so you can see all that space. This is why crossovers are popular right now. This is why they're in style, is because of their ability to be a crossover, to take up a lot of the utility a truck bed has, while still being able to fit a family in it. So you've got this little back area here where you can house stuff. There's little tie down things, little things there and here and down there. So, and then here you've got the back seats, which just pull up like that. This one pulls up like that, and then boom. And then when you're ready to set those down, you can just pull that. That'll launch them forward, and then you can, it's right here, this lever. You press that, and they fly forward like that. So you can do it real quick if you've got groceries or something else you got to put in there. Then you can hold that button on the remote again, and it'll close that back hatch. So it's really cool stuff. I'm going to take you on the inside and kind of show you around in there too. Oh, I think I let myself out. There we go. So I had the doors locked there, and I'll show you it again. So door locked, it can feel that the key fob's in my pocket. It has sensors for that. So even though the door is locked, I can hit that button and it'll unlock it. Now, when you're inside, okay, and I have the doors locked and the keys in my pocket, let's say, you know, an intruder or someone that wants to hurt me or take my stuff comes up over here and tries to open the door, and I have the door locked. It'll sense that the keys are on the inside of the car versus the outside and won't let that person in because they don't have the keys on them. I have the keys on me, they're on the inside of the car. So that's a cool feature too. I'll kind of take you from left to right and show you everything I can think of. The interior's in really great shape, and honestly, that's something I'm kind of skipping here. So let me hop back out and show you the driver's seat. Generally, the leather starts to kind of, and you can see a couple little creases in there. Generally, even with, you know, around 10,000 miles on it, there are a lot more cracks and creases in the leather. So that's a really good testament to the leather in this vehicle, because it seems to be holding up better than some others that I've seen. So, but just like, you know, human skin, you know, we get cracks in our hands and wear and tear over time, and the rest of our bodies, leather is a skin, and people tend to forget that, and they're like, why are there creases and cracks in this? And it's gonna happen, you know. And I'll show you the back here too, because it's in fantastic shape. But yeah, so whoever had it didn't take great care of the outside too much, but the inside is phenomenal. You do have power seats, which you can see down there. Those are your power seat. So this is forward, backward. This changes the back, and then this changes that lumbar. So you have the lumbar forward or backward according to how comfortable it is for you. You can save seat settings here. I'm not going to mess with them because the moment I press that one, it's going to throw my knees into the dashboard. But they are there, and you can set them, and I can show you how to do that. Excuse me. Here are your controls for the power side mirrors, and then you've got your controls for the windows. So right now I need to have the keys in to actually show you that, but well, not the keys in, but the car on. Boop. So there's the windows. But yeah, so you got power windows, window locks, lock and unlock the doors. So that's all there. Traditional stuff, but I like to point it out, you know, you never know. When you've got your cluster here, you do have this, like in Chevrolet they call it infotainment. I don't know what Nissan calls it, but this little system here that kind of can show you different information, and there's a ton of settings to go through here. You can change how the car acts with alarms and warns you about maintenance and all kinds of stuff. So it's a really cool little thing to have as an extra that they throw in these newer vehicles, and they should. Newer vehicles are really expensive now. So and then you've got lighting settings over here as far as the automatic lighting, and then your trip reset there if you actually use that feature. A lot of people don't. All your controls for the system up here right down here, so you can see as I press that forward and downward, there's a little bit of like a lag in between when I'm pressing it and when it's actually moving. It takes a second, but it works. And then there's cruise control options over here. As you move forward, there's that push to start button. You got to make sure the keys are in the car, and then I'll turn it off just to show you. So that's turning it off. You got to make sure your foot's down on that pedal down there, and then boom, push to start turns on. Continuing to the right, this takes a second to start up when the car starts. There we go. Vehicle data transmission is on. So you've got a bunch of different things you can do here. Navigation is the big one. So you can set like a home destination and all kinds of stuff. And then there you're seeing the navigation. I'm pressing all kinds of buttons. I don't know what they do. So yeah, there's the navigation screen. And then you can see your camera from here, your backup camera, as well as your like 365 camera around the vehicle. So See, it's warning us, check surroundings for safety. The cameras are nice, but you don't want to completely rely on them. That's a mistake a lot of people end up making and end up getting themselves in accidents. You still want to use your side mirrors for reference and your rear view mirrors, just like you normally would, but then you have an extra point of reference here in the screen. So just, it's best to be safe and use all of them. That'll make parking a lot easier for you. So I never thought that I would use them until I started working here, because I drive a 2006 Corolla, and but the backup cameras, when we're moving these trucks around the lot and everything and parking them right next to each other, it helps a ton in lining them up. So you have climate controls on here, and then you have redundant climate controls down here as well. Traditionally, they're all your radio controls. It's pretty standard stuff. And you'll see that when I press that button and change it to radio,
I think he places me right where he
it changes it up here as well. So all of that's redundant with itself. If I hit the media button down here, it'll change it up here. You also have touch controls, so it's kind of whatever you want to use. You can use the controls down here, you can use the touch controls, you can mix and whatever ends up being comfortable for you. So yeah, you can get to your navigation, your map, your audio, which is going to be AM, FM, XM, CD, Bluetooth, stuff that you plug in through USB, iPod, auxiliary. So there's a bunch of different entertainment options to keep yourself occupied while you're driving. So, and then there's
right turn,
voice navigation as well. So that's on there. You've got heated and cooled seats, so you just set this and twist it to where you want to be at. I had it on cooled, that sets it on hot, and then having it in that middle position, you can see right there, sets it on normal. So it was cooled when I got in. And then obviously cup holders, there are the keys, I just threw them in there. You can also throw them up in here. And then your two-wheel, four-wheel drive, automatic. Basically, if the wheels start to feel that they're, well, there's sensors, so if the wheels lose grip, it'll turn on four-wheel drive automatically. And then you can turn on two-wheel drive there. And then that's for like declining down a hill. You can hit that button in, and it'll help you maintain speed on that. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I'm trying to think of what else to show you. I'm going to hop here in the back. If I can get out, I locked myself in when I was playing with everything. There we go. So back here, passengers have their own air, which is nice. A lot of Chevrolet vehicles do not have that. And then they have their own air controls. You can also have it synced with up there, so if you don't want your kids messing with it, you can lock it, they can't play with it. You do have heated seats back here, which is awesome. And then you have a 120 volt outlet there as well, which you can also turn off access to up there if you don't want kids playing with things. And that is one thing that I missed, so I'm going to go back up there and show you that. You have a bunch of hidden controls. They are easy to miss, so that's why I missed them right here. So you have like heated steering wheel, traction control off. Most of the time you want to keep traction control on. If for some reason you get the vehicle stuck and can't get it out, turning that off might help. Yeah, you got a tow mode. You can open and close that back hatch right there, as well as on the remote, of course. And then, yeah, power door on off. There's a tow mode. And then that's the button to turn off that 120 volt outlet back there. One last thing I can think to show you here is moving these seats forward. So you've got this little lever you pull here, and you can slide them forward like that, which is a cool ability. And then also, yeah, so that pushes up like that as well. And you do that, so you have more access back there for different shaped things. And then I'll go around to this side. And really, I should have left that one forward. I don't know why I pushed it back. So I'll pop this back hatch and show you that storage space here. There we go. Took me a minute to find that button. So yeah, that's what you're looking at. So it's a ton of room back there. Yeah, that concludes my walk around. If there's anything you have questions about, anything I missed, please just give me a holler. Again, this is Jacob with Sutherland Chevrolet. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.